Richard Fothery, Gerald Ballou, and Thomas Airy are all former Paks karate instructors convicted of crimes against children. All of them were part of the same Jacksonville-based federation and Paks Karate Academy system led by this man, Grandmaster Songki Pak. It's a federation that has one of its highest-ranking masters, Craig Peoples, fighting civil allegations that he sexually abused 7 former students. Peoples runs the Kingsland Academy. How many of you, as a child, spent the night in Craig Peoples' bed with him? Five of the 7 men spoke to us in 2015 after accusing him of using Paks Karate and his position of trust to molest and sexually abuse them over a period of many years.
Once you're aware of something, then I think that you're responsible at that point in time.
Martial arts were Ernie Johnson's life. The 7th-degree black belt opened Paks Karate School in Mandarin in the 1980s. He sold his school in 2015.
And then I really was pretty well forced out. I wouldn't shut up about the fact that they wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't shut up about the fact that they were just ignoring the situation.
He left the Federation after Brunswick District Attorney Jackie Johnson wrote this letter to the GBI in 2014, explaining that while there was sufficient evidence to proceed with criminal charges against Peoples for acts involving multiple victims, the state would be barred by the statute of limitations. Peoples has never been charged with a crime and denies the accusations. More than 5 years later, Peoples is still coaching children and still taking part in community festivals. And there is still no Federation child protection policy. Grandmaster Pak declined to talk on camera, but told us he has no oversight or legal control over the 30-plus academies that teach his technique. He says that's because they are independently owned and operated. While he doesn't charge a franchise fee to use his name, he does get a portion of the students' belt testing fees. Justin Conway is one of the 7 men who allege in this lawsuit that they were molested by Peoples. Have you ever molested a child?
Never. No, that's ridiculous, and it makes me sick to even hear that and know that my name is on that paper at all.
The 7 accusers are suing Peoples under Georgia's Hidden Predator Act. Their lawsuit claims he used sleepovers and out-of-town trips to sexually abuse them. In 2014, Conway and 2 others confronted Pak. They secretly recorded the conversation.
He made me do things to him, and I trusted him, and I wasn't the only one.
What do you expect? We don't know nothing about him, what they're going on.
Well, you have somebody right now, 3 people standing in front of you.
And we're hearing Peoples questioned by a GBI investigator.
Like I said, a handful of people, some that don't even communicate with each other at this point anymore, have all come forward saying things have happened to them at your hands, your direction. So
I
why?
would like to know who. I don't know why.
I'm not going to sit here and list
Okay,
the victims. Because do I
haven't
believe them?
victimized
Yes.
anybody.
A psychologist who evaluated all 7 accusers wrote in this report filed with the court that Peoples displays characteristics and behavior consistent with that of a child molester who is at significantly higher risk for reoffending. While the civil suit is still making its way through the court system, Peoples is facing another lawsuit that also names Pak and the Federation. It was filed by the parents of a former student who was 8 when Thomas Airy, an instructor at Peoples Karate School in Kingsland, started molesting her. That suit alleges Peoples and Paks Karate failed to implement even the most basic institutional safeguards, which could have prevented the devastating sexual abuse against their daughter. Airy was convicted of child molestation in 2015. Peoples calls the allegations against him and Paks Karate unfounded. Nancy Hogshead Makar, a civil rights attorney, gold medal Olympic swimmer, and CEO of Champion Women, has become one of the nation's preeminent advocates for protecting athletes from abuse.
Learn from it.
She says Paks is an object lesson in community complacency, and that, she says, needs to change.
Unreasonable for a family not to take this seriously when you have 7 men coming forward as adults to say that they were abused as a child, you really need to take that seriously.